Αγαπητοί τηλεθεατές, χαίρετε. Στη σημερινή εκπομπή θα προβληθεί μια παραγωγή Αγαπητοί τηλεθεατές, απόψε στην εκπομπή Μαρτυρια προβάλλουμε μία παραγωγή της Ιεράς Μητροπόλεως Νέας Ζηλανδίας με θέμα την ιεραποστολική δραστηριότητα αυτής σε νήσους του Ειρηνικού Ωκεανού που βρίσκονται υπό την πνευματική της δικαιοδοσία. Παρακαλώ το σκηνοθέτη να προβάλλει το δεύτερο μέρος της παραγωγής.
And I got chanters, simple chanters. We chant some Greek too. I got my wife Presbytera. And on Sundays we bring people. We taking about from here travel about 30 kilometers to bring people. Our van is doing 3 trips and car is doing 5 trips to bring people. I started 5:15 in the morning. By 8:15 we start our divine liturgy. And about 9:15 we finish divine liturgy. And I love the people.
Father Varnavas, together with his presbytera, very dedicated people, took very seriously Christianity, Orthodoxy, church, priesthood, and he's giving literally his life for the people there in Labasa.
Yeah, I'm looking after 2 others apart from my children, taking care of Nicholas and Agapitos. Agapito is a school student who the parents have thrown him out from the house, so we have accepted him. And another one is Nicholas. We are also taking care of him. I'm just like a mother of them.
Thank you. Have a nice meal. Welcome.
And they also helps me in everything. Inside the house, outside the house, the compound. We also doing planting, vegetables, things like that. So they both help us.
When I first came to church, like everything was new to me. He taught me how to chant the rhythms. He taught me like where to hold the songs, the chants, normal words.
I appear to my acquaintances, they that saw me without fled from me. I am forgotten by the heart, like a dead man. I am become like a broken vessel.
Still she helps me, and this father also helping me. They guide me. They never yell at me or anything. They always tell me politely. They make me laugh, jokes.
Daytime I don't stay home. I'm visiting people, going around, visit especially poor people. I love them. I never say no to anyone. I go with food. They can't feed themselves. They're not eating meat at all. They can't afford to buy.
I don't know.
I'm doing what God has taught me, what our Aaron has taught me. He's a holy man too, I say. He's a very, very patient, peaceful man. And we can see miracles every day.
But first of all, my son is very sick. We went to hospital. The doctor checked. The doctor said no.
We can't get anything. What is
No
the sickness
problem,
or
yeah.
what?
My car accident. He accident the car. Then we give the car in one garage. The boss of that garage. asking about the son. How's your son? Then my husband said, no, it's not okay. The garage owner said, you can take your son to one of church, they are Orthodox.
So I said, okay, let me take my son there and Father pray.
And when son healed, and we very happy, too much happy.
We have plenty members now coming. Sometimes even the church members have to stay outside where we have built a small shed. I think in future we might have a bigger church where we have a good facilities for people to go and eat, rest room for children, something like that. So hope to have a better church and a bigger one in future.
I wasn't expecting that, to be chosen one of the 3 boys to go to Greece and also to come back to serve the Orthodox Church here in Fiji. But it was really a great honor, and also I was nervous because the country is really far from Fiji. I was raised in a single parent family. My mom and my dad got divorced when I was 8 years old. And so we came to this church 10 years ago, and we had an opportunity to stay here.
Well, Moses, who's 18 now. There's Vasily, who is 15, and Gabriel, also 15. I've known them since they were about 4, well, especially Vasily. 4, Moses was probably 5, 6. I've known from a young age, so I'm emotional when I talk about them, because I know what they've been through too. Yeah.
Sister Gabriel, he had a meeting with the London Focus and told that if I could go to Greece too. So just when Father Meletius came, he told us that we'll be going there soon, maybe in 2-3 weeks time. So I was really happy. That was like the most exciting day in my life.
Now they're here in Athens, they're very happy. They've never been outside of Fiji. And I'm so happy for them, because they can now, through their experiences, they can pass that on to the others. And also, like I told them, it opens doors for the others there. Ierapostoli plans on taking them to a school, whether it's Patmos or Mount Athos, so they can learn something.
What's your names?
Moses.
Gabriel and Vasilios.
Obviously schooling is the most important part that they continue. They're still young.
Τώρα και τα παιδιά που έρχονται εδώ για να σπουδάσουν θα ξέρουν τα ελληνικά, θα έχουν μορφωθεί. Πιστεύω όλα να σπουδάσουν και τη θεολογία. Ο Θεός θα δείξει τι θέλει για το κάθε ένα από αυτά τα παιδιά.
Our Geronda was brought up in Patmiada school in Patmos, and he was sent there from his village to learn about Christ, to learn about the church. And then he probably didn't dream about this, what was happening in the Pacific decades after. So these 3 boys are sent back to the same school to learn about Christ, about church, about life, to gain new experience, to be able with that experience and knowledge that they will gain to come back and support people in the islands and the church.
Καλώς ήρθατε. Τα καλά μας παιδιά, ορθού, κύριε και θα γυρίσουν και πίσω να γίνουν οι νέοι Ιεραπόστολοι, οι ντόπιοι, που θα εργαστούν για το καλό του τόπου τους και της περιοχής και όχι μόνο στα Φίτζη αλλά και πιο πέρα. Όλα τα νησιά του Ειρηνικού είναι έτοιμα, περιμένουν την Ορθοδοξία. Ήλθε η ώρα του πορευθέντες.
In the islands of Tonga and Samoa as well, the mission is growing. There we are at the first steps. In Tonga we have a small chapel dedicated to St. Peter and Paul. And till the end of the year we are to finish the big church of St. George.
When I was asked by Archbishop Amfilochius to go to Tonga, we didn't have anything there. We didn't have any contacts there. We didn't have any beginning place. And we never knew who we were going to meet and how things were going to proceed. But the Archbishop had a great faith that whoever we met was the one God had sent. The Archbishop Amfilochius seemed to have a way of finding money that no one really could ever understand or anticipate. It was God's work, not his work, and that if he had faith, God would provide. If we had a full-time priest there, we would have a very thriving church. We don't have it yet. But even that little bit of time that we spent there, the Archbishop found 10 people who were willing to be baptized. I think that this building in the Church of St. George is about 4 years old now. So I think in 2015 we began to make the plans to build it. It's about 80% constructed now, and we have kind of stalled at this point. We're not able to go forward, but we are raising. Did raise some money this past July. I was in the United States, and we raised about $20,000 there. We're going to finish it. We're going to put doors on it. We're going to put windows on it. We're going to seal it up so that it's somehow protected from the elements. And God somewhere has a person prepared for us. We don't know who it is yet. We really believe in this idea that is to say the Archbishop Amfilochius and now the Archbishop Miron, that we need indigenous clergy. We just need someone who's kind and humble. I was interviewed in the United States over a year ago, and a young man in Alaska, of all places, heard the interview, and so he contacted our archdiocese and said, I'd like to come and help. And he did come, and he did help, and he wants to come back with a team from Alaska to help us build this church. So we'll see what God brings. It'll be a surprise to all of us.
In Samoa we have the land, just working now on the plans of the first mission center there.
My relationship with Samoa started in 1984 when I was in primary school. I met a young guy there, young boy, and we became best friends, and through life we became brothers, and through that relationship God blessed us many years later to be able to have Sofia, our second daughter, Presbytera Michelle and I. She was adopted from Samoa. We moved from Australia to New Zealand, and there we met Ieranda Amfilochio shortly after Easter in 2017. And that meeting was the beginning of an enormous change in my life. He also invited me in that first meeting, 1 minute after meeting him, to travel with him to Samoa.
Και στη Σαμόα πήραμε οικόπεδο που θα γίνει η εκκλησία του Αγίου Ιωάννου του Θεολόγου. Είναι πανέμορφα τα νησιά αυτά, καλοί άνθρωποι, πρόθυμοι, δεκτικοί και ελπίζω ότι η Ορθοδοξία θα προχωρήσει και εκεί.
We were traveling in Samoa and I was able to observe how he engaged with people. He didn't speak Samoan, they didn't speak Greek, and yet he found a way to connect with people. They understood him in a way that is hard to describe. I'm heading back there in 2 weeks to start excavations on that block, surveying the block, so that we can begin plans to build the missionary headquarters in Samoa. People come to us, we meet people, and through that process we start to share with them. And for some people, that sharing, it touches their hearts. We travelled to Samoa for the first time with His Eminence Miron and Father Meletios, and there we were able to meet with representatives from the Samoan government.
Wow. Good morning, main reason I am very excited and very interested into learning more about Orthodox here in Samoa, and I am happy that you are planning to build a church here, so we can cooperate in a way so that we will make the project a reality. This is the first time that we have been connected straight to the people from Greece, which is through the Orthodox Church. And I can see that there's quite a lot of programs that we can interact, and like the culture as well. And I hope that we can learn more, to have the exchange in teaching prospect, exchange of students in a higher level, exchange of culture wise. So it's very interesting the way I look at it.
In Samoa, as well as in Tonga, we need more than anything to have people who will embrace Orthodoxy and help us to work on building the community. Because the church is community, it's not the work of one person or of certain institution. It's not the work that happens with money, but it's the work of the Holy Spirit through the people who have love of Christ in them, and then everything comes in its place.
I came to New Zealand in September 2018, and in October of the same year I visited Fiji for the first time. As soon as I arrived in Fiji, I saw the large missionary project that had been established by Gerondas Amphilochios. We travel to the Pacific Islands as often as we can, and as often as we can afford. Every time we travel, we take a suitcase of papers and problems to solve. But seeing in the smiles and eyes of the children the presence of God, it's worth it.
The social welfare, the main office is in Suva. Every month we take our time out to meet them, to talk with the director, to talk with the ladies there, the SWOs, the social welfare officers, to talk about the home. What is the importance for the child?
Every year we visit the homes and see the standards, and if there is need for us to assist, government to assist in the area of funding. Government helps with the homes in trying to help them to comply with the standards. But we know there's a lot of love and care that is given to the children in these homes.
Because we have a baby, they help us with the milk, the diapers. That's what I asked them, and they are doing that, and it's appreciated.
The aim of the apostolic ministry there in the islands is maybe threefold: to build the churches and other buildings, to build communities, and to build lives.
We want to give to as many people as possible the ability to improve their lives. and in the core of that improvement, to seek and find the presence of God in their lives.
We did a few projects after the hurricanes when we were delivering help to everyone who was in need. Our priests go in the houses and read the prayers for everyone who would ask them and open the doors for everyone in need.
Our plans for the future are to go one step further, if that's the will of God. We plan to build a school for the children and hopefully a medical center as well.
I actually met Sevas Miron in Melbourne.
They had a function, a fundraiser for the orphanage.
In Coburg, Melbourne.
At Coburg, Melbourne.
So, you know, and having already met Father Meletios, so there was a bit of a connection there. So he was telling me about a project that they wanted to do. His vision here is to further educate the children, be able to be self-sufficient, not always depending on, let's not call it donations, support. All that's important and we need that. But more for the kids to be able to get to a stage where they're 18, 19 and they're self-sufficient, they can get out in the world and stand on their own feet and earn an honest income.
And the kids are absolutely beautiful, like to see them smile, to see them, you know, open their arms and just come and hug us and come and kiss us good morning and just play with them, just to see their happiness. And even though there's a lot of poverty, a lot of sacrifices from the kids, irrespective, they are the most beautiful, the most happiest kids I have ever come across, and absolutely love them. And the sisters and the fathers and the Archbishop and everybody that comes here and helps, it's not helping them, they're actually helping us.
Γέροντας Αμφιλόχιος came from the island of Rhodos, having studied theology and having been the spiritual child of Saint Amphilóchios Makris, who in turn was a spiritual child of Saint Nectarios of Pendapolis, the miracle worker. And so, there is a saintly line of succession which leads to Γέροντας Αμφιλόχιος. And every day we see the works of his love, his heart, we see the works of God. From the bottom of my heart, I'd like to thank His Eminence Metropolitan Amphilóchios for everything he did for the souls of people, for the way in which he worked in the vineyard of our Lord, for the impact he had on the lives of us all.
We're going there to visit family, to be with them, to support them. Whatever one would do for his family, that's what we are trying to do there. Many obligations because of the lack of people on the field, from the smallest jobs, fixing the car, changing the oil, cutting the grass, paying the bills, to a little bit more serious and more sensitive things. It's like dealing with people, spiritual guidance.
Father Meletius is really close to me because in my life he plays a role of maybe one of my best uncle or something, and I really want to thank him that he helped me a lot in my life.
I do have faith in God that we won't get that difficult time. No. There'll be always somebody standing there to help us out. Yes.
My dream or my plan, which I want to be when I grow up, is I want to become a doctor. Help the sick people and help small children who are sick.
My dream is to become a vet, for a doctor for the animals. I love animals so much, so
I really want to go for aircraft engineer.
But to have, people coming all the way from Greece and setting up these, these institutions and wanting to help the people of Fiji and the children of Fiji, I think we are very appreciative of that, Even though we have different approaches and different, ceremonies and rituals, but each one God.
Δεν μπορούμε, δεν έχουμε το δικαίωμα πια να ξεκινάμε ένα έργο, να εμπιστεύονται άνθρωποι την ψυχή τους, τη σωτηρία της ψυχής τους στην Εκκλησία μας και εμείς να μην μπορούμε να ανταποκριθούμε. Αυτή είναι η μεγάλη ευθύνη πλέον που έχουμε στα χέρια μας.
We need support of everyone far away in Greece, closer here in Australia and New Zealand, and of course of the local people in the islands. The church is built for them to be theirs, but in order that they can embrace it and have it as their own, we need to be there and to provide that love of Christ. The church is not to be one place that will come and gather on Sundays and pray, but it's the way of life.
If I wasn't joining this Orthodox church, my life would be different. Once I entered the gate, I felt that something is in the church, like something holy. I can feel it.
I'm now an Orthodox priest, so here am I, for the Fijian people to know that Orthodoxy is now alive in Fiji.
As I was taught by our Eronda and Philokis, we love everyone. We pray for everyone. We plant the seeds and he'll bear the fruits. And our fruit is coming. People coming to church now. 20 people is coming on Sunday. And I love it.
Πιστεύω ότι θα συνεχιστεί το έργο και θα αυξηθεί. Από αυτά που έγιναν θα γίνουν και άλλα και περισσότερα. Και όλα θα πάνε καλά.
Αγαπητοί τηλεθεατές, πιστεύω ότι ήταν ένα ενδιαφέρον ντοκιμαντέρ, το οποίο φανερώνει ότι ακόμη και σήμερα, στις δύσκολες αυτές μέρες για τον πλανήτη, στις εσχατιές της Υπήρου, για μας βέβαια, υπάρχουν άνθρωποι οι οποίοι ακούν με μεγάλη ευχαρίστηση το μήνυμα της αληθείας αλλά και της αιωνιότητας από Ορθόδοξους Ιεραποστόλους, οι οποίοι φτάνουν μέχρι εκεί για να κηρύξουν τον Αναστάντα Χριστό. Εύχομαι σε όλους καλή Ανάσταση.